Faith and Tech Bytes with Amy Lynn. I'm honored to participate in the 4th edition of Podcasthon. For a week, more than 1,000 podcasters will highlight a charity of their choice. And today I'm sharing Stand in the Gap Ministries. There are gaps in our society, places where families and communities have failed. As God's people, there is only one response to the gap: stand in it. At Stand in the Gap Ministries, they do not offer handouts. Instead, through healthy relationships, education, and prayer, people in need are empowered to break unhealthy patterns in their lives and achieve self-reliance. After all, how can you get better or do better if you have no idea how? Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. They share stories of hope and inspiration on their website, so you can see them in action. They have even partnered with YouVersion to provide regular spiritual support to widows everywhere. They are a ministry on a mission, expanding, adapting with changing times, and I believe will go far in making a difference all over the world. I'm sure if you think about it, you could think of areas in your life where you could stand in the gap for someone. Example, in my life, when we first moved to our neighborhood, I was 12. And that year, we ended up getting bombed in snow. I happened to see an elderly neighbor out on her step trying to clear the snow away. I picked up our shovel and went across the street and started to clear a path to her front door. And I'm glad I did. She also needed her dog's ramp in the backyard cleared off so he could go out. This would end up being a lifelong relationship that grew into daily visits and eventually me being her caregiver. It was a true blessing. I got to learn about the history of the area I lived in while helping out. I've also been blessed by someone standing in the gap for me. When my dad died, my cousin quickly dropped everything to be the physical, emotional, and mental support I needed to see me through what needed to be done. There are a lot of times and circumstances in which we can stand in the gap for others. Ezekiel chapter 22 verse 30 says, "I looked for someone among them who would build up the wall and stand before me in the gap on behalf of the land, so I would not have to destroy it. But I found no one." We need to do better. Be better. Stand in the gap for loved ones, friends, and family. We can often not realize someone may need help because of our busy lives. If you have free time and enjoy helping others, please check out Stand in the Gap Ministries today and stand in the gap. I hope you've enjoyed this change of pace with this special episode as part of Podcasthon. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to visit podcasthon.org to discover hundreds of other organizations through the talents of amazing podcasters. And be sure to check out Stand in the Gap Ministries today and all their great resources. And please consider donating. If you're wondering about the tech side of this podcast, I didn't skip it intentionally. I just felt it was already woven into the broader discussion. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. If this podcast blessed you, please share it with a friend or leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to help others find it. Thank you. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the Facebook and YouTube channels, Amy Lynn's Voiceovers. You can stream the podcast anytime on demand and find all of our links to the podcast applications on amylynn.org.